When is the last time you spoke to Shane Dawson?
Me and him, we were both canceled. Can't even remember why that time.
All right, you guys, with the absolute influx of inbred incels and people that are so dumb that they couldn't form an intelligent thought if they rubbed their last two brain cells together that have come to my channel during the last week because of my commentary video that I posted exploring toxic and positive masculinity examples, we're going to steer clear of all of the death threats and people reporting my channel and threatening to dox me this week and keep things light and airy and fun with some Jeffree Star drama. And you know Jeffree Star, there is always going to be drama surrounding Jeffree Star. He'll make sure of it. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star and Kanye West's secret relationship. We're going to be talking about whether Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are still friends and whether they're just keeping that under wraps to avoid their next cancellation. And we're going to be talking about the real reason why Jeffree Star left LA and moved to Wyoming in the middle of nowhere to start a ranch. So if you're interested in all of that, make sure to grab a snack and come on back. Don't dox me or report my channel, or I will report your channel for falsely reporting mine. And let's hop right into it.
Hi, how are you?
I am so happy. It's like, just seeing you makes me really feel a type of way. It transports me to a really different time of my life. Having you as a guest, this is so iconic.
I really love this one.
Oh, I love you so much.
No, so right when she said that, it triggers really good memories. I think maybe people look at us and they may think craziness, drama right away, but every time we were together, it was always positive energy.
So positive.
We filmed the funniest videos. All we did was laugh the entire time, so it definitely brings me back to really good times.
It brings me back to good times because I was a fan at that time.
Honestly, you guys, like 2016 on YouTube was such a different era, and I understand what Tana and Jeffree are saying about this. And that's because YouTube celebrities in like 2014, 2016, they were bigger and more relevant than real celebrities, I feel like, at the time. Like, we were seeing people climbing to like 20 million subscribers on YouTube, and the people in the beauty community were like huge figures with a ton of pull. They were extremely relevant. They held so much power, and I feel like it's a totally different era now that the fame has been dispersed through just oversaturation of every single social media platform.
Looking like, you know, you just think you know everything when you're young like that, and it's like I definitely was that. But looking back, it's like I had no money yet, and I'm like this little Make-A-Wish child coming over to Jeffree Star's house, and Jeffree's dressing me head to toe in Gucci, and I'm playing with all the pinball machines.
In that time, I was newly rich.
Ooh.
2013 I had $500. 2015 $50 million.
So I don't know if it's because Brooke was such a fan of Jeffree's or what it is, but she seems incredibly nervous and uncomfortable in this interview around Jeffree and how she's reacting to Jeffree and her facial expressions compared to her baseline, how she normally is. But I'm like, I don't know if that's because of Jeffree is so intimidating or if that's because Brooke is incredibly uncomfortable because she's like fangirling inside.
You know, it was a really wild ride. So Tana met me when I was in love for the very first time in a brand new house, just figuring out who the new me was. And it was so cool to be around people that didn't give a fuck, that knew just how to have fun and didn't take me that serious because I'm so sarcastic, and I think people misinterpret it all the time. Never did.
And it was a bonding point.
Wendy Williams, rest in peace. She's still alive, but still rest in peace to her show. Shoe Kim.
I know.
Shoe Kim.
Clap if what does she say? Clap if they should die.
Clap if they should suffer.
Oh fuck, I was close. When is the last time you spoke to Shane Dawson?
I thought that was such a crazy
I was
question.
waiting for I was like, what is Tana's very first question? That's a really good one.
Well, this is the foreplay, you know, before we start really fucking.
5 years just blinked, right?
Yeah.
Me and him, we were both canceled. Can't even remember why that time. The pandemic happened. He moved to Colorado. I moved to Wyoming. We both kind of left LA. He lives here again. I'm never coming back.
He lives here again?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's raising
when he had his kids.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So he became a father. I have continued to just be a makeup mogul, and I have no plans to have any kids, just more dogs and a couple more husbands.
And athletes.
Yes. We're in LA. I can't wait for this to be over so I can go get
Oh my god, I'm like goals.
Yeah.
Stop, what
Just kidding.
What are you fucking
I'm not
tonight?
kidding, meaning I don't want to leave here. I'll ask him how many Super Bowls he's won. Then we'll
Stop, and that's how many rounds you'll go.
Yeah. If there's not a Super Bowl ring on the hand, I can't get hard.
You are so inspirational.
Does somebody clip that, please?
But we haven't seen each other probably in like 10, 11 months. Yeah, we saw each other at my birthday last year. And then he became a father. He has twins.
That is
Wait,
so
how old are they?
fucking
Have you met
crazy.
the twins?
Not yet.
Oh.
That is so
I know,
crazy.
because I thought he was going to stay in Colorado. And I was like, baby, I'm about to be, you know, great aunt Jeffree Lynn. And then he moved to LA to raise the kids here. And I haven't seen him in a couple months.
All right, you guys. So you heard it out of the horse's mouth themselves. I was actually in a Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson documentary for the Conspiracy Palette and the Conspiracy Palette creation. Just having a random fever dream flashback. I'm like, that actually happened. But anyways, if you're ever curious about whether these influencers actually take accountability or they're actually sorry for their actions, I think that this is a great answer for you. He doesn't even remember why he was canceled. So does he care? Absolutely not.
Leaving LA was the best thing you ever did. And you were so ahead of the wave. Everyone was so almost confused.
And now Wyoming is a trend.
And it's like, yeah.
They think it is.
Oh.
So Wyoming, December
what drew you
is
to
my
Wyoming?
4 years of living there now. Just picture 4 years. Isn't that crazy?
Stop, it's so crazy. You and the yaks. I have so many yak
how are the
questions. I'll get
yaks?
there.
LA, I was really burnt out. 20 years from, I'm from Huntington Beach, California. I graduated high school at 17 and I moved here and I just figured it out. I worked at the Beverly Center and I was an escort, I was
crazy.
a hooker. I've been a makeup artist for everybody. So it was crazy to finally leave and separate. But I think that all the drama with all the people and the crazy YouTube era was really like the final straw for me of like, all this is so toxic. I really want to go be at peace away from it all. I can work and come back whenever I want, but I don't want to be around any of that.
Yeah, fuck the hair gummies.
Yes.
Fuck it all. 100%.
All of it. It's really wild, right?
It was a cultural, like,
It was
I
for
remember
pop
where I
culture,
was.
that.
It was like, oh,
the
wow.
YouTube era made it on CNN, 50 million views on every. It was just, it was the craziest thing. YouTube
And everyone who loved it felt like it was.
YouTube loved it. They loved pushing out toxicity. They loved making money off of everyone's misery. They did. The old
100%.
CEO at the time really pandered to a lot of that evil energy in the darkness.
Susan?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Did she die?
She did, yeah. It was probably from her James Charles karma. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
Carry the 4, subtract the 2.
yeah, and there's just a lot of things that people don't know.
Okay, I've got to say that I must have been living under a rock because, for one, I can't tell when Jeffree is completely joking or not, especially when he's like, rest in peace, Wendy Williams. I'm like, what do you mean? She didn't pass away, did she? And then the CEO of YouTube, I believe that she actually did pass away, according to Jeffree. He didn't seem to be joking about that. And I'm like, why did I not hear anything about that? Just like when Donald Trump is president, you don't hear anywhere near as much about anybody else. Like, I constantly heard about Susan, the CEO of YouTube, in the news all the time. YouTube is my full-time job, and I have no idea who the CEO is at the moment. But the same way that as a Canadian, like, I heard barely nothing, like crickets throughout the entire Biden administration, and then the second that Donald Trump even started running again, that's like all I've heard about since.
I had to really just suffer through behind the scenes. So it's crazy to be here where I am now.
And
It's very weird. I'm really mentally happy, and I moved to Wyoming. I went to therapy. I sought a lot of mental help, and I really worked on myself for years. So
you're just gonna say I sought a lot of
a lot.
The country boys.
Oh my god! So Wyoming is the least populated state.
Really?
Yeah, but it's the 10th biggest.
everyone's
in
And is that what
America.
drew you? Like, did you have any roots or history in
Yeah,
Wyoming?
what was the start where you were like,
I'm honestly not very surprised to hear that Wyoming is the least populated state because I was always so confused why Jeffree Star moved to Wyoming until I looked at how much he spent on his property, and it was like 100,000 times as large as the property where he owned that like $1 billion mansion in LA or Hidden Hills or wherever it was. But he has like miles and miles of property and an entire yak ranch. And it's like pennies. Like he probably bought that with a couple Birkin bags. And I was like, how is it so cheap to buy land in Wyoming? But that makes sense.
property value? Was
had
it
you
money?
visited?
Like,
I think so. The rumor is that I moved there for taxes. Like, girl, I've lived
And
in
Kanye.
California for and Kanye. Remember that? The girl that licked the toilet seat on TikTok
yeah.
made up the biggest rumor.
Ava Louise.
Yeah.
she's so good at that though.
So Ava, if you are watching this, thank you for that moment. That was really great. So many millions and millions of views, dollars, followers. That was really fun.
And you played it so
and
well.
still people believe it. I've met strangers and they're like, oh yeah.
Have you ever talked to Kanye about it?
No.
Never. That's surprising.
Yeah. But it was such a bizarre rumor. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish it was about someone hotter, and someone that didn't have a wife and kids.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Wyoming is peaceful. It's beautiful. Remember, I used to do music, and I do music now. We just had a whole fucking reunion a couple weeks ago. It was crazy.
So fun.
It was really fun. But I used to do music, and I've traveled all over.
Okay, so I've got to say I personally never believed the Jeffree Star and Kanye rumors. I thought it was a dumb rumor, but at the same time, let's humor that rumor for a second. Kanye is Kim Kardashian's ex. Jeffree Star is rumored to have had like the biggest beef with the Kardashians, and I don't even know if it's rumored. I'm pretty sure he talked about trying to be like run out of LA by the Kardashians, and how there's like such a dark, seedy undertone and underbelly in LA. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past Jeffree Star to A, be seeing a straight man on the DL and dating them, but 2, to be dating Kim Kardashian's ex specifically. But yeah, what do you guys think? That's honestly hilarious to me. And I didn't know that you get less taxes in Wyoming, but I guess taxes in LA are insane. That's why so many influencers have moved to Texas.
For the country, right? I've been to every single state, and I passed through Wyoming a bunch. We played there once. It was just so peaceful. And I had a plan when I was older with gray hair and like 60 years old, I was gonna live on a big old farm and just be by myself. And then the pandemic and all the drama made me realize I wanted to fast track that plan. That's really what it's about. It's not about money.
Yeah.
I've paid so many tax dollars in this state. It's annoying that people would think that I would move to a different state to escape tax dollars.
Yeah.
Like, girl,
you have all the money in the world.
Silly.
I don't even think that's that offensive though. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but I just hate when people always make it about finance.
Oh, Jeffree. That proves absolutely nothing, and I don't think it even helps your point in trying to prove that you didn't move to Wyoming for anything other than taxes. Because I'm like, if you've paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, so much of your hard-earned income to LA in taxes, why would you be like, yeah, I've already paid so much, I might as well continue paying half of my income to LA, because why not? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, of course people would be happy, no matter their income bracket, to leave LA to go to somewhere that has less taxes. Like, people literally have been voting Donald Trump in specifically because of promises that he was going to make to change the tax tiers for like the highest income earners in the highest tax brackets. So yes, of course billionaires still care about their money, or else they wouldn't be billionaires. You don't just accidentally become a billionaire.
Yeah. I think maybe because
I don't think you needed really help in that department, to be honest.
No, and it's just, I really did it for my mental health.